Welcome, it's Erica. I'm going to do a little video on foam rolling today. So we're going to start, I call this the hot dog style. So get your roller out and get ready to roll. So hot dog style here, we're going to put ourselves as low as possible down on the roller and then lower down into this position. So while we're here, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, keep my back flat on the roller, and just come into this T position. So in this T position, I'm relaxing, my chest is expanding. So we're going to stay here to start and just get comfortable on the roller. I want to make sure my head is supported and the roller is the full length of my body. All right, so my feet are wide. I'm going to kind of push through my heels to engage my glutes, and then I'm going to keep my fingers on the floor and slowly make these big snow angel arms. So nice and easy. Keep those fingers touching. Keep your belly pulled in, over the top, and down. Okay, just a couple tips here. So when I get about here, I feel that kind of tightness. I want to make sure that we're not pulling or causing any pain. So no pinching pain, no forcing, so just nice, easy range of motion. All right, stop in the T position again, and you're gonna come across and hug. Each time I want you to change your top arm. So as you're hugging, change that top arm. Good, one more time. Now, point those hands at the ceiling, palms in. I want you to do circles to the back. So big round circles. Good, bringing it around. Nice and big. And then stopping at the top. Now you're gonna go thumbs to the floor, pinkies down. Nice gentle range of motion, up and down. So when you're going overhead, we're going to make sure that your back stays flat and that you're not coming up off that roller at all. Just nice and easy. Morning, Sharon. Nice easy range here. Again, stop at the top. We're going to go one up, one down. So one thumb comes up, pinkies go down. So we want to make sure our glutes are tight when we're doing this one, so we're not going to shimmy or slide back and forth. And just nice and gentle, make sure not forcing anything, easy range of motion. All right, stopping at the top, turn your hands towards your knees and then bring the elbows down and then just let it hang. And this is what I call I surrender position. So a couple things about this. So it's normal to be kind of more here. So the goal is going to be elbows and hands touching the floor eventually. So you're going to let gravity just kind of take its time, work its magic here, and open up your chest. So just remembering our glutes are tight, back's flat, just nice, easy, relaxed position. So this for me gives me the biggest stretch through my pecs. Hold here, and then next I want you to slide your elbows down slightly, and then keeping your hands close to the floor, big stretch up overhead. So we're going to just go elbows down and hands up. Just remembering, we want to keep our whole spine in contact with the roller, just taking our time, making sure there's no pinching pain as you do this. Nice, easy range of motion. Don't want to force anything. All right, so now come here. We're going to do a little fluid range of motion. So bring your hands back to palms in, come overhead, palms to the ceiling, bring your elbows here, and then come back up. So it's palms in, hands overhead, turn your palms, bring your elbows down. Good, so it's palm in, hands up, Turn your hands, come on down. Good. Just a couple more of those big circles. On this one, we're going to stop again in the I surrender, or whatever is, I say, the most impactful stretch for you. So it may be here, straight armed, in the bent arm position, but I want you to stay in this position. Relax. We're going to close our eyes. I want you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just relax. So just breathe deeply and relax, letting your chest open. It's nice, easy stretch. The good part about the roller is we're high centered, so it's using that high centered gravity to open our chest muscles up. Really good for our posture. Good, we're going to stay here just about 15 more seconds. Just stay in this easy open position, taking deep breaths through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, so gently flip those hands over, put them on the floor, and then you're going to slide off onto the floor. So we're going to change the position of our roller to, call this the hamburger style. So we need to put it underneath your shoulder blades. Call this our TV watching position. So underneath the shoulder blades, and then you're gonna bring your hands to your head here, tucking your elbows in. So important that you're pulling your belly in tight. We're gonna squeeze our glutes, and then bring our hips up off the floor. Now I'm gonna roll over the top of my shoulder blades. So nice and easy, just gently rolling over the top. Tuck those elbows in. Remember to keep your core tight, hips up, glutes tight. Feel this nice and easy over those shoulder blades. So we don't really want to roll over our soft tissues. We want to stay away from rolling over our kidneys, anything below the rib cage. All right, come under the shoulder blades and sit back down. Now we're going to do a thoracic expansion. So same spot under the shoulder blades. We're going to lean backwards over the roller. So I want you to support your head with your hands. You're going to take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, you're going to lean backwards. So my stomach's tight, my hips stay on the floor. I'm leaning backwards over the roller. So it's a little bit uncomfortable feeling. We're going to try to open our chest up. Now breathe in, come forward gently. All right, so we're going to move the roller one vertebrae, and we're going to do that again. Stomach tight, deep breath in, breathe out, lean back. Good, breathe in, come forward. You can keep it there or move it again. We're going to do one more. This time I want you to open when we get to the bottom. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out, lean back. Open one arm and the other and hang. So we're just going to hang in this position. You can move a little, but my hips are still on the floor. Opening. Try to breathe into this position. Now one hand to the head, other hand gently come out of that. Good. All right, we're going to go to neck. So putting it back now as if it were a pillow. So you put your head on this pillow here, and we're going to just gently turn right and left. So nice and easy. And then if you find a spot that's kind of tender, you can make little circles. Both directions. You want to work out any of those little kinks or pressure points. Just being gentle on your neck. right, now we're gonna remove the roller. So remove it, head goes to the floor. So we're gonna bridge and put this under our hips. So I'm gonna slide it under, I'm gonna bridge up and then slide that roller underneath my hips. So it's now supporting, so it's kind of high on the hips, supporting my back. So my belly's coming in, I'm gonna bring my right knee up. You may need to adjust just a little. Grab that knee to your chest, and I want you to straighten your opposite leg. So again, we're in that kind of high centered position. This is a good hamstring stretch for my right leg, hip flexor stretch for the left leg. Now, I'm gonna come diagonally towards my left shoulder. I'm gonna lean onto my left glute, come across, and now I'm gonna go the opposite way, out. So I'm gonna open my hip. Good. So a couple of these side to side. So come across, stomach's nice and tight, and then come out. Good. Now put that right foot down, stomach tight, bring the left knee up. Grab that knee, extend the opposite leg. So again, I'm getting a hip flexor stretch in my right now, hamstring stretch in the left. Now I'm going to come towards my right shoulder. I'm going to lean on my right hip. I'll go the other way, lean on the left hip, open. This is where I get more of the hip flexor. Back to the other side. And other side again. Good, come to the middle. Now, keeping your stomach tight, bring your second knee up. So on this one, I like to hold the ends of my rollers. So we're gonna do little glutes right here. So I want you to make sure your stomach's tight. You're gonna hold the ends, and you're just gonna let your knees move right and left gently. So on this, we're getting this glute right here on our hip. And just nice and gentle. Okay, now let's stop on the right side. So stop on this side and then do little circles. Just make little circles with your knees. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. Little tiny circles. Good. Come to the middle, shift to the other side. So again, on this side, little circles. And then reverse. Good, and we'll go back to the center. Just do a couple more gently right and left. So on this one, really important to remember core. So we want to pull our belly in, hold that core nice and strong while we do these knee shifts. One more here to the left. And then I want you to come back to the middle, right foot down, left foot down. Now you're going to bridge up and remove that roller. Okay, so now I want you to turn on your side. So on this one, this is called the open book stretch. So the roller is going to go between my knees and my feet, and I'm going to come to 90 degrees. So my knees are directly out in front of me. My stomach's tight. My arms are going to be out at chest height. So here, I'm pinching the roller between my knees and my feet. My stomach's tight. I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I exhale, I'm going to follow this hand with my eyes and open. So try to keep those knees pinched together. Open. Hold, and now close the top arm, come back. All right, the second time is a little different. We're gonna take the hand over the top. So this top hand is gonna turn to the ceiling, palm up. I'm gonna sweep the arm over gently, again, pain-free. Open all the way up. So my arms are now back in the T position. I'm going for shoulders on the floor. Now I'm gonna turn my head towards that top hand. Okay, gently come over the top, bring that arm back till your hands meet again. All right, we're gonna do one more each direction. So open regular, so that over the top, follow that hand with your eyes open, flatten the shoulders as much as possible. So this one, I want you to think about your lat, that top arm lat. So out of the shoulder, open up the chest. Okay, close the top hand, come over the top again. So flip that hand open, all the way over the top, and open in this position. Hold. Gently over, and back. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna turn other direction. You can just turn over. So other side, same thing. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees. Pinch that roller between your knees and your feet. Hands are out in front. Core strong. Pinch those knees together. Ready? Deep breath in. Exhale. Open that top arm. Follow with your eyes and twist. Close the top hand. Now coming over the top, turn your top hand, palm up to the ceiling. Try to keep those hands close to the floor. Come all the way around, sweep it, and then turn the head towards that top arm. Come back over the top. Good. Open book again. Stomach tight. Watch that top hand open. Close. We'll come one more over the top. So turning the hand, palm to the ceiling. Keep the fingers close to the floor. Sweep it over the top. Open. Now hold. So knees together, stomach tight, turning the head. So again, goal is going to be shoulders flat on the floor if possible. This hand is in a straight line, so it's a straight line across both arms. Okay, take that top hand, sweep over the floor, and come back. All right, we're gonna turn over onto our hands and knees, and then go onto the top of the roller. So turning over here, hands, knees, turning your roller. I'll kind of turn in an angle a little bit. So we're gonna do a little bit on top. So you're gonna sit right on top of the roller and hang out up here on top. So in this position, before we go backwards with our arms, a couple things I want you to keep in mind is your chest. So if I just went back like this, I'm gonna be a little bit too much up in my traps. So I want you to take your hands, fingers forward, big roll, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then bring your hands back behind you. So in this position, we're gonna just roll over our glutes. So the big part of our glutes. So this is, I call user-friendly, nice and easy, rolling this way. We're gonna make it a little bit more intense by turning to one side. So I want you to turn both knees to the right. So for me, I like to come onto one hand then, and we're gonna roll over this right side only, right hip. So again, shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna make this a little bit more intense here in a second. So now, right leg, so I'm leaning right, right leg straightens, and then it's gonna come up on top. So now, this feels much more intense on this side. So you may find a spot where you're like, ooh, that really hurts. I want you to stay on it. Try to relax, breathe, go. Breathe through it. You can move gently. Just finding those little kind of knots. So this is more like that trigger point or pressure point. So when you get a massage, someone kind of digs their thumb into you and waits. So that's the idea here. We want to wait and let that muscle release a little bit. So our glutes get really tight. Good. Just roll gently, still leaning to that right side. Good. And I always say, until you can't take it anymore. So now we're gonna just sit up on top again. So I like to give my wrists a little break. So you're gonna do a little wrist roll. Good, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. So now my knees are shifted left, and I'm doing left glutes here. You can have both hands down or one. So I'm rolling just over that one side. All right, now for that intensity, I'm gonna straighten my left leg and put the left foot up on top. So again, I'm leaning left, much more intense stretch here. Good, so again, just breathing through, nice and relaxed. Good, now lean in. Find those little spots. Stay on them. Nice. All right, so here comes the real pain. So now we're gonna do our IT band. So your IT band runs from your hip all the way down, attaches here. So it can cause some kind of pulling sensation or knee pain. So it's a really effective foam roll to help us sometimes alleviate some knee pain. It can be almost instant alleviation. So it is painful, so I will warn you. Do as much as you can handle. So we're gonna start way down at the end of our mat, and we're gonna put the foam roller on our hip. So I'm on my elbow and my hip. So we're gonna work on the bottom leg. So I want you to take the top foot over the top here. So this kind of unweights our body just a little bit. We're gonna push out of the floor. So with the bottom foot, you're gonna flex up. I'm gonna engage my core, and I'm going that way. So I'm gonna kind of crawl this direction, and I'm rolling over the outside of my leg. So just in and out. So this can be pretty painful. Some people have more pain up at the top, up here, sometimes more pain down at the very bottom. So you kind of find whatever is most effective. You can lean forward a little bit. So you're more on kind of the front of your quad a little bit, up into that hip. And again, do as many as you can take. Keep that bottom leg straight. Some people can handle more, so they might be able to stack their feet. It's a little bit much for me. Good, and again, just about finished with this side. And then I'm gonna come up. All right, so again, we're gonna work the other side now. So turning to the other direction, same idea. Start at that hip. So come onto your side. Elbow to the floor. Bottom leg, flex, top foot onto the floor. So my stomach tight. I'm going that way. So I'm gonna roll. Good. So it's not uncommon for one side to not be as bad. So for me, this side is less painful than the other side was. Not so bad. I'm gonna do a couple swipes here. Remember that stomach, pull your stomach in. And again, you can kind of hold, okay, so maybe I was wrong. The top part's a little more tender. Good. All right, and come on. All right, so we're gonna roll out into some child's pose here to finish. So I wanna touch my feet together, make my knees wide. I'm gonna bring my roller out here. Call these my karate chop arms. So I'm gonna sit back on my heels, hands here. I'm gonna take a deep breath in, Breath out, roll out, drop my head towards the floor, turn my palms, and hang. Now breathe in, come back up. Okay, we're gonna do that 3 more times. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out, roll out. Breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, roll out here. Breathe in, come up. Now we're gonna roll out and then go to thread the needle. So we're gonna roll out, hold. Okay, now in this position, take your right hand off the roller, palm up. You're gonna stick it under your left arm, slide through, put your right ear on the floor. Come out of that side, put your right hand back on the roller. Now take the left hand, same thing, palm up. Underneath, you're gonna go left ear on the floor. And then come on back out. All right, so that is our foam rolling for today. Thank you for joining me.